Hello, I'm Larry Millette, and I'm a designer on a group project called Dark Echoes, a game that we're designing in Unity, which is obviously by what you see on my screen. But I predominantly have designed level 2, and I've worked on some core features of this game, but the easiest way to show my work would be on level 2, because I've pretty much done this. Actually, all of this is the layout, and most of the events you see are of my doing with help from artist and another designer by the name Michael Brady, which I'll link his site below if you want to check out. He's kind of helped me fine tune some things. It is unfinished. You'll see a basic layout, kind of the premise of the game, and some of the events we have in. But you will see some AI issues, which we're overhauling with Unity's 4.2 update. Since we're not using the Pro version, the nav mesh bake agent is free in 4.2, so we decided to go with that instead of using the traditional A-star, which you see right here. We'll be removing that. If you have any comments or recommendations or design flaws or anything like that, please comment below, and I'm more than willing to consider them and put them in at this point. But I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. So, real quick, the premise of this game is that you are a blind monk, so you can't really see anything that is in the cave. You are looking for these bellflowers that will cure the town that you belong to sight. So they've become blind, but since you've been blind your whole life, you know how to deal with it. But they become sick, and you're going through this cave to collect these flowers, which eventually will cure them when you've completed the game. We originally, and we're still working on, a vector shader to kind of reach out using the vertexes on any of the assets you see to light them up. So for example, when we walk, it kind of lights up the whole floor. We don't want that. We want it to go out a little bit further than the player when you're walking. If you staff slam, it'll light up everything, because that creates the full sound effect, so you can see. You can throw a rock, which needs to be tuned a little bit, but like I said, we want a vertex shader, because right now it's lighting everything up based on a shader animation, so that's still a work in progress. And as you can see, it fades over time, but the outline is kind of your memory of the level. So, but little bad effect. The hope is to trigger an animation within the monk, where he kind of shields himself from the bats coming out, or uses a staff slam to push them away, since you do have that force effect. This is kind of the first area you come to. It's a fork in the road. We will have a door here blocking the player to make them go left to where the first bellflower location is. So if we hold shift, we walk a little bit faster. So there's clipping issues, but we're fixing that. So if you notice, there's this blue light coming, and that is a bellflower guide. It's a placeholder particle effect right now, but eventually we'll have a better particle effect that kind of leads you to where the bellflower is going to be. So we got one, and you'll see the UI in the upper right. We got a bellflower. So you make your way back. There'll be a switch there that opens that door. So the bat you saw will actually come out here. When you get over here, there'll be a little kind of a dead end they would actually come out here by the time we're done. So you get hit with them right here, coming out from that little crack you see. Again, this level's still work in progress. We're actually getting new walls that are concave instead of convex to help with some of the camera issues. There will be 2 enemy AI here. They were here previously, but we removed the pathfinding system they're using, so they're not here right now. It actually makes this room pretty tricky to get around. You'll see one of the enemy AI later in the level, but there were 2 in this room. So what this is kind of a prayer wheel. When you're in here and the enemies are trying to chase you, if you hit that, this generates sound, and the enemies are attracted to sound. So essentially it sends out a giant collider, and when it hits the enemies, they will run towards that, making the noise. If the sound wave that you generate as a user hits the enemy, they will then come after you and chase you. Again, you're going to see a collapse event above, and I'll show you it. Put this in 2 weeks ago. The steam will kill you. It's supposed to be hot, so I don't want the user to die, so I'm going to run through this. Happens is we'll have that better animated to where the collapse actually occurs and blocks you off. Better sound effect. The camera didn't reset, which we know is a known issue right now. But there is a Bormal somewhere in here. There he is. Okay. Because of new pathfinding, he's not looking where he's going, so he's walking backwards. But again, like I said, the old system, it all worked. It's just, it was very tough to work with, so we actually liked Unity's nav mesh bake agent. So if I hit him with a rock, he'll actually look at the rock and go towards it. And then, if I can, I'll make him mad. But I don't want him to kill me. And he killed me because I hit him with sound, so you didn't get to see it. Oh, well, that sucks. But that's pretty much it for the second level. You actually exit through there. I'm going to pause this and I'll start the recording on the level exit. But